Good afternoon, good morning. Sorry about that. I was having some technical difficulties. My screens were dropping and you were buffering, so I had to restart, close some stuff out, and here we get going. It's Tuesday morning, and we're going to talk about Jenelle Eason. Yesterday was a big day for you guys, for her. Huge. In fact, the big product launch of her brow line was welcomed to the public, let's just say. And, we've waited, 3 years for this, maybe? She's been talking about it forever. You would think that after all this time, there would be something more than what we got. But we, alas, got nothing but crap. Before we get started on that, though, in an effort to actually, this is a mess, you guys, in an effort to make sure that the products can be her, in an effort, I guess, to reclaim or fix her damaged reputation, David and Jenelle decided that they needed to do an interview with People magazine and really talk about what happened to Nugget. Because you guys, there's been so much speculation, and it's like we didn't understand. We didn't have the truth, you guys. So let me tell you what he told People. And I'm going to have to look at my phone, you guys, because I can't have it on my screen because my screen's being difficult. So anyway, this is what David told People magazine. These are his quotes. This is so ridiculous. It was a situation where my daughter, her health, her safety was in danger. Eason explained about referencing his 2-year-old daughter, Ensley. He went on to say that this was something that nobody wants to ever have to do. The dog was aggressive. Yes, she might not be huge or whatever, but when a dog bites a child on the face more than one time, then it should never be around a child. Again, if you give the dog up for adoption, one day it's going to be around children again. If you call the authorities, at that point the law says the dog has to be euthanized. I'm not going to pay anyone to euthanize my dog when I could do it myself. I mean, I loved that dog. I still think about her every day. It's really hard for me. A lot of people put me down for it. They hate me for it. But like I said, it was something I wanted to do. Then Jenelle shared her thoughts, and she said that it was a private family issue that happened within our household. Except both of them actually put it online. They're so stupid. Okay, sorry. That was just my interjection. We didn't want it getting out in the news at all. Then why did you put something on Instagram that you said you missed your dog? Nobody gave a crap until then, Jenelle. Okay, sorry, I digress. He called the cops, check on my son. TMZ got a hold of the 911 call, and that's how it got brought up in the news. Not true, Jenelle. You actually posted that your dog got killed, but whatever, Jenelle, keep spinning the story. And she says that David grew up in the country lifestyle. He hunts and he fishes. The way he was raised is really different than a lot of other places. We understand that people are scared of the whole gun thing, but they just don't understand it's from David's perspective. Oh, please, tell me, Jenelle, what is it? Let's keep going. His father taught him, don't let any animal hurt you, and he just thought that was what he was doing was best. Evans shared that Eason is now extremely remorseful. I'm sure he is. He does realize that what he did was wrong, and he does realize that we shouldn't have done it. And he said, I'm sorry I didn't realize how bad it was going to hurt everyone. Keep spinning it. And then when they asked if he thinks he would have been better to place Nugget into a home, he said no. And he said, I don't think the dog should have been rehomed. No, regardless of what I did, the dog would have had to been euthanized. The law says if you don't euthanize a dog that bites somebody within a reasonable amount of time, you're held liable for neglect. While Evans is standing in by her husband, she said that instead of conversating, nice made up word, with me about it happened, he just did it. So he basically just went out to the back and did it. He didn't realize how big that he was going to be if it did get out. He also isn't used to the social media or being on TV or anything like that. Really? Really, Jenelle? he isn't used to the whole social media from like a couple years ago when he got fired from MTV for saying a bunch of crap. Like that wasn't his first indication that you shouldn't put things out publicly. I don't buy it. She says, I've been around since 2009. I know my actions from the past have made me learn not to make those mistakes again. I really actually don't think you've learned anything, Jenelle, but keep going. David is learning from everything that is happening. And then she said, I have forgiven him, and we went to a co-parenting counseling session. It's kind of like marriage sessions in one. Doubtful. The co-parenting was not for you and David. It was how to co-parent effectively with Barb and Nathan. But keep going. And he's also taken anger management classes. He took 6 classes. Whoa, that's a lot. Yeah, 6 classes in 2 weeks. He's certainly reformed now. He did do things to try to better himself, and we've been working out really well since we got over it. And then in order to prove the point that she's changed this, she said, actually, my pit bull Jax, he actually killed one of our pigs recently. So instead of David saying, well, let me euthanize the dog, let's just give the dog away. So he's been taking the initiative to correct his actions and not repeat the same mistakes he's made before. On April 30th, Easton actually posted a video of the dog becoming aggressive towards Ensley as she tried to hug him. He also shared a photo showing a scratch mark on the toddler's face. And then they talked about how she shared the stuff about Nugget on Instagram. So I'm sorry, but it wasn't actually the media that did this to them. This was them doing this them to themselves. So David posts that thing on Instagram where the dog's getting aggressive and Ensley gets a scratch on her face, and then she posts this like tribute to Nugget. And here's the thing, you guys. I'm just gonna say it right now. A dog that is nipping at a toddler, one, should never be left alone with a toddler. You should be supervising them. No child should ever be hugging a dog that is not comfortable with a child. Again, going back to supervision. And second, if your dog is displaying like antisocial behaviors like that, the best thing that you can do as a dog owner is get them enrolled in obedience training and work with a behavioralist to identify the root causes of what's going on with that dog. I have a rescue that has similar issues and she is scared of everyone. Guess what we're doing? In 2 weeks, we're starting a 18-week program to help socialize her and teach her that people aren't bad. All it would have taken on the part of Jenelle and David in terms of Nugget would have been to simply get help, call a behavioralist, and train Nugget. But they didn't want to do that, and I also call BS that you have to kill a dog that bites. Unless the bite is actually like a serious bite, maybe. But she nipped. Nipping and biting are completely different. A nip is a warning sign that is like, no, get away. If she really wanted to hurt her, she could have. So, this is the way it goes. My dog nips because she's sort of warning the person, like, listen, don't. But if the dog isn't breaking blood, if the dog isn't actually hurting the child, it's more of a warning sign, and it's a training issue. It's not a bad dog. All right, so this was all done as a way to actually repair their image because yesterday, Jenelle launched her brow line. Now, this is sort of like a 3-in-1 video. We're going to talk, we talked about Nugget. Now we're going to talk about this brow kit. So she launched a brow kit after a long time talking about this, and she claims it's a universal brow kit. And I found some issues right off the bat with all of this. So, let me just show you some. Here is the brow kit. Without further ado. So it comes in a little box, neat, cute, right? There's the powder and the concealer and a wand and a brush. You could get this at Target with the e.l.f. brand for literally $3. There is a apparently universal pencil and a wax stick and tweezers, scissors, and tweezers. She says it's certified cruelty-free, vegan, talc-free, and paraben-free. There it is. It's $40, and literally none of the products are listed. So unless you know what you're looking at, There's no way for you to know what's the powder, what's the pencil, what's the wax. You have no idea. Not only that, it's also missing descriptions on what the products do and how to use the products. This website is not only poorly put together, but it's missing key components that would help someone make a decision. Now, the reviews on her website are hilarious. 1 stars of Mommy and David are pieces of shit, always have scans on her face, and her makeup is horrible. I'm making this review for my friend since she doesn't know how, because that's how Jenelle and Easton dog killer husband roll. 1 star, not animal cruelty free. The brand owner supports animal cruelty. I tried this thinking, if I can save Jenelle Evans' eyebrows, it can do anything. But now I have little sperm brows like her. The brow kit is so good. It made me want to beat my dog and shoot it in the face. Wow. So the product is chunky, not smooth. The brow brushes are hard and easily break. Horrible products, and I wish I never spent my money on this. I'm making this. Okay, so now here's my impression. It's literally overpriced because you're getting a cheap scissors. You're getting 2 tweezers that literally look super cheaply made. I'm tempted to buy it just to actually like see what this all looks like, but it's so overpriced, you guys. You can get equivalent powders that are in this one through the e.l.f. brand for $3 at Ulta. You can get tweezers and scissors like that at Walmart for $1 each. And you can get those wands or the wax also through e.l.f. for a couple bucks. She's packaged all of this for $40. Now, to give you sort of an understanding of competitors, this is Benefit Cosmetics, who actually have a really good reputation for brows. This whole kit here, which actually looks really nice. One of my really good friends uses this brand, is $34. This is actually Morphe's brow kit. And with the Morphe brow kit, you actually get all of this for $18. And it comes in multiple shades because there's no such thing as a universal brow kit. Here's another one. This would be Clarins Women's. This is another brow palette. Here is a Makeup Forever brown palette. Makeup Forever from France, one of the top makeup brands in the world, sells a brow kit for $38, not $40. And then here's the one that my certified licensed cosmetologist, Jessie Bear, who is a makeup artist and does makeup for weddings and for prom, said that this $3 palette from e.l.f. would be about as sufficient to what you're getting in her brow kit. So I asked Jessie Bear for where's my video? Sorry. I asked Jessie Bear for some for some information, like, what are your thoughts about this brow kit? So she did a review just based on what she saw online. Now, this is, again, she is a makeup artist. She has her license in cosmetology in Pennsylvania. So here's what she said. She said, this product claims to be universal, and I can tell just by looking at it that that's a lie. To start out, the brow wand comes in only 1 color, which looks a little bit on the warm side. I can't tell for sure because I didn't see any swatches on her website. Again, a problem. No swatches on her website. Brows in general should be done in a cooler tone so it looks natural, she said. Brows should frame the face. Most natural hair tones are cool toned or neutral. Same seems to go for the powders, which look warmer. Or should I say, or would have to say these colors only go with a medium brunette, maybe a dark red hair. If you have blonde hair or anything darker, you're SOL. And if you're a woman of color, this kit would not work for you. She said that next, the part that really bothers me is the enhancement highlighter. It looks to only be made for white or pale people. Makeup has come so far in the last 5 years, she said, with incorporating all beautiful skin tones, yet Jenelle is going to sit over here and act like only white people wear makeup. That's not acceptable. I would never suggest buying this junk, she said. She told me I could edit that, but I honestly felt like her point of view is it's better just to get the raw reaction. She said the website is confusing. It has, there's no positive reviews. She said things aren't even labeled, which would make it really hard for someone to understand what they're buying here. She says her detail has no details, just ingredients. It takes so little effort to type with each product what it's for, but she chunks it all at the bottom, which is ridiculous. She said e.l.f. is better than her stuff. Obviously, she says the best company who has basically put brows on the map is Anastasia Beverly Hills, and she said that they are the top product company, but you can get, if you want sort of a dupe or better, more affordable option, she said she uses e.l.f. for some of her clients. Overall, she said that this product is definitely not universal, is not a good fit for a lot of people, and don't waste your money. So that's the deal on hers. Yeah, there's no labels on this website. I had actually, if you look at this, like the screenshots that I showed you, this is directly from the website, and you can see there's nothing labeled here. So you would have to assume you know what that is, which I believe are the powders. That's the wand. I would assume this is the wax, but again, there is no labels. And there's that, and then that's the next thing that you see. This is how it's all laid out. There's absolutely no product descriptions for anything. And then with the ingredient, with the labels of each one of the products, all it says are what's in the ingredients. That's it. There's no description on what it's for, what the product looks like, and none of these products are actually labeled on so nothing's labeled. You have no idea, like, there's no label. No label. No label. Nothing. So you have to know what all of these things are. And then you have to know how to use all of these things. She has no tutorials. She has nothing on the website that even is remotely telling. All right. So now that we've broken down that, can you believe that this was 3 years or however long in the making? Also, all of this looks very basic. And in my opinion, what she's probably done is she is using a private label company. She is probably selling a product that they have already on hand, and she is slapping her name on it, her JE on it. The store her website literally has one product. She's launching her cosmetic line with one product. I don't understand these companies that do this way. Typically, you want to have a variety of options when you're launching things. And if you're using private label, come on now, it's really not that hard to put a couple products out at the same time. Not only that, not everyone needs a brow kit like this. I used literally a pencil today and a brush to do my eyebrows. That's it. I mean, if you want the drag look like she has apparently, Jessie said a lot of these powders aren't necessarily even needed on a day-to-day basis. She would only use some of these for a professional look. So the next thing is that last night she hosted her launch party. So remember how she said that she was going to have a launch party for this, and that there was going to be, it was going to have like this big thing, but then she had to cancel it. Well, she ended up having a really small gathering on a rooftop at some sort of like hotel or something. I don't even know. And here is where things get a little bit more interesting. So she was at her launch party last night. And at the launch party, there was some interesting guests, which I thought was kind of ridiculous, but I can show you here in a second. So there she is. She wore a suit, a red suit, with literally no shirt underneath it. Her boobs were basically hanging out. There she is getting her photos taken. So she's literally just on a balcony. That is probably the cheesiest background I've ever seen. And what was funny is she posted the video of people like taking the photos, and the photographers are like, get sexy, blow me a kiss, bend over, like to show her cleavage and stuff. It was so like, you're literally selling a brow kit. There's nothing really sexy about a brow kit. And then look who showed up. Ashley Martson from 90 Day Fiance, who's another reality show reject. It was like the reality show reject party last night. And so there's the end of the night. Lots of bottles of wine. Oh, but look who showed up. Farrah, who had a hairstylist. Now, the hairstylist appeared to be also connected to Jenelle because Jenelle had a photo with the hairstylist. So I think that Farrah might have crashed this and come with the hairstylist, because there's Farrah and Sophia showing up at the launch party. I'm not even joking. And these photos were late at night in New York. So Sophia, again, is out with her mom. Apparently, the word has gotten around to Farrah that people are onto her, that she's leaving her daughter alone. And so now, instead of leaving her daughter in the hotel room, she's just bringing her daughter to these parties with her. And there they are at the launch party. Now, interestingly, Sophia walked in another fashion show in New York during Fashion Week. But isn't this interesting, you guys? Because only in June, when Jenelle lost custody of her children due to Nugget Gate, and then she got them back, so let's not forget that. But Farrah literally called Jenelle a terrible mother, and then Jenelle called Farrah a prostitute, and also called Farrah all kinds of names, and they were going back and forth on Instagram and screaming at each other. These two literally hate each other. The only thing that I can think here is that she brought Farrah there because of the press that it would bring, because Farrah is such a train wreck, or Farrah crashed it and wasn't invited, which has happened. Farrah has been known to show up at parties that she is not invited to, including the most recent, that she was actually crashing Brad Pitt's red carpet at his movie. I don't know. Either way, these two who claim to hate each other were in the same space last night, both fired from MTV Teen Mom, both reality star rejects, both with terrible reputations as mothers, and now they're connected. Can we get a Jenelle and Farrah collab? I would die if we could just get a Farrah and Jenelle collab. It could be boob concealer, or it could be lip injections on the side with a side of pork with cucumber washing. There we go. So this is what we've got. This is what I've got for you. I want to know what your thoughts are on all of this. Do you buy that this brow kit is actually legit? Are you do you believe what I'm saying and what Jesse's opinion of this? Would you even waste your money on this? And also, what do you think about bringing Farrah in? And then first, obviously, finally, do you buy Jenelle and David's damage control? I don't. What I believe in all of this is that they had to set the record straight about Nugget, not because they wanted to, but because she had to launch this product. She knew if she didn't clean it up, she would get no sales, and otherwise people would somehow this would tank. Now the